Welcome to Bike Extraction. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a motorcycle that's all about freedom, simplicity, and charm, the 2026 Suzuki VanVan. This is the kind of bike that doesn't try too hard to impress. It just gets the basics right and brings back that nostalgic beach bike vibe with a few modern touches. Whether you're cruising downtown or exploring a sandy trail, the VanVan makes every short ride feel like an escape. The Suzuki VanVan has always been about personality over performance. It's a small displacement machine with a big heart, designed for riders who value comfort, style, and usability over raw numbers. For 2026, Suzuki seems to be holding on to that philosophy while adding subtle upgrades that make the VanVan even more practical for daily rides and light adventures. At its core, the 2026 VanVan keeps the familiar 199 cubic centimeters air-cooled, single-cylinder engine. It produces around 16 horsepower and 15 Nm of torque, paired with a smooth 5-speed gearbox. This setup isn't built for racing, but it's perfectly tuned for relaxed riding. The torque comes in early, making city traffic and backroad climbs easy to handle. The fuel injection system continues to offer crisp throttle response and solid fuel economy. Suzuki has kept the bike's retro Scrambler styling intact: round headlight, long flat seat, and big blocky tires. It still looks like something from the 1970s, in the best possible way. For 2026, there are rumors of new color options and a slightly revised LED lighting setup, though nothing radical that would upset longtime fans. The design's charm lies in its simplicity, and Suzuki clearly understands that. One of the VanVan's defining features has always been its fat tires, a 130/80-18 front and a massive 180/80-14 rear. These give it a unique stance and make it surprisingly capable on loose terrain. Sand, gravel, or even wet grass, the VanVan just glides through. Combined with its light 128 kg wet weight, it's incredibly approachable for beginners yet still fun for experienced riders. Comfort is another area where the VanVan shines. The wide seat, low 770mm seat height, and upright riding position make it a pleasure to ride for hours. The suspension setup, with telescopic forks up front and dual shocks at the rear, is soft and forgiving, ideal for casual cruising and bumpy city roads. Even tall riders won't feel cramped, which is rare for bikes in this class. In terms of practicality, the VanVan continues to deliver. The 6.5-liter fuel tank offers a decent range, and the simple mechanical layout means maintenance is cheap and easy. Riders love that they can do most of the upkeep themselves. Chain tensioning, oil changes, and filter replacements are all straightforward. This makes it one of the most affordable bikes to own long-term. When it comes to price, Suzuki hasn't made any official announcement for 2026, but estimates put it around $4,700. That positions it nicely between commuter bikes and premium small-capacity scramblers. It's accessible yet feels special, something that stands out in a crowd of modern, plastic-covered motorcycles. The 2026 Suzuki VanVan isn't about reinventing the wheel. It's about staying true to its roots. A fun, lightweight, and character-packed bike for people who just love to ride. Whether you're a new rider looking for confidence, or an experienced one chasing simplicity, the VanVan still hits the sweet spot. Suzuki proves once again that sometimes, less really is